Hey everybody, we're going to do some map drawing today. And we're going to start with, we're going to create an island. So let's get to it. Go to my document camera, make it full screen. Alright, let me just adjust this so that it looks the same way it looks to me. Like I said, we're going to draw an island. So to begin with, I'm going to draw a random blob shape is how I would describe it. I'm using a Sharpie so that you can see it nice and clearly. I would encourage you to use a pencil. So random blob shape. I do want to point out that I made some indentations over here, so kind of some points that push in, and you'll see why in just a moment. Now, what we're going to do is, because this is going to be an island, we want to make it kind of three-dimensional. We want to make it stand up off the water. And I'm going to start on this left side. I want to imagine that we are kind of dividing this in half. So this is going to be kind of my halfway mark. Everything on the left side we're going to treat one way. On the right side we're going to treat maybe a little bit differently. So I'm looking for places that kind of stick out a little bit, jut out. And here are two places. And from those I'm going to draw a small curve that angles out and to the left. I'm going to do the same thing here. And any place, even if it kind of juts in a little bit, you can create that small curve, angling out and away. Now, depending on how tall you want to make your island, you might extend those a little bit further. So this is going to be kind of a higher place. Maybe this is a cliff. I'm going to just continue. If you wanted to make a beach, you can make those shallower. You can see I'm coming to that halfway point. So on the other side of this halfway marker, I'm going to turn those lines, those curved lines, the other direction. And you could, so in this case, because it kind of is going the other way, you could have it go both ways. It's kind of up to you. Encourage you to make those marks back in here as well. And what's important up here is to recognize that this part of the island is going to go behind this section here. So I'm going to make those marks, but when I get down here, I'm going to stop where it kind of goes, like I said, behind that space. Alright, so I'm going to remove my little marker there. And now I want to kind of finish. I'm going to add another little mark over here. I'm just noticing, just to make it. And notice I turned that one the other way because it's kind of jutting that way. Alright, so now I want to kind of complete this, and the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to draw as fine a line as I can, so a light line. I'm trying to follow the space that is above it, and just kind of between these spaces. And the line does not have to be solid, so notice how I'm kind of ended up with some gaps there. The only reason we see this line is because there's water lapping up on the shore of this island. So up here I'm going to just do, I might add a little one here, and then you can always add more of these after the fact. In fact, I'm going to do a little bit of shading here in a moment just to give you an idea of how to make this look a little bit more three-dimensional. So let's do a little bit of shading. I'm going to use the same line, so these are directional lines, and this shading that we're doing is now, it's a line shading, so it's very subtle, but it's going to start to make this look. And you want to think about where maybe there would be more or maybe less. So like this area I feel like is in a lot of light, so I'm probably not going to do much there. But back in here I might add a little bit more. In here definitely this should be shaded. This is like a little cove. I'm turning my line now, so these directional lines that I'm making, you can always add more lines in between. That makes it look like that space is even darker, which is good. That's what you want. Gonna do another one up here, and you can just kind of play with that, creating that effect makes this island look, like I said, now it looks kind of like it's standing up out of the water. Last thing I want to do to kind of complete this island, just as it is just create some water. So I'm just going to draw a couple small parallel lines. Notice how they're curving. I'm putting them around these turns. So around a place where water would bend around that part of the island. There are some maps where these parallel lines just follow all the way around, but I'm making it look like when I'm doing this, it's kind of creating an effect that like, okay, waves are kind of lapping up on the shore here. And that's pretty much it. So that, and we've got the beginnings of a cool map of an island in the water. Thanks for watching.